Yo, what's up guys? Epic fucking Slayers here. Hope you enjoyed your festive break, but today we've got some serious stuff to talk about. And we're going to talk about my glass cannon D3-FNC build that I kind of picked up from SkillUp's video, but instead I turned his video into a glass cannon build because I think this is certainly the most optimal way of using this particular build. So let's get right into it here guys. I'll finish with the weapons, we'll start with the gear. So I'm running this tactical vest, and I'm running reckless on this vest simply because I do 8% more damage, and as I'll be hidden behind a shield, I'm not actually going to take that incoming damage of 10%. So ultimately I'm just doing 8% damage and I'm not getting anything back for it. So this particular chest is really good. Unfortunately, the armor roll is a little bit low, but that's not too bad, to be fair. As I said, toughness isn't that important on this particular build. It's got damage to elites, and it's also got ammo capacity. Damage to elites, again, really important for the glass cannon side of things, and ammo capacity is really important on this build because you are going to burn through ammo, guys. So moving on to the mask. This one's got damage to elites. It's also got rolled in firearms. It's got an alright armor base, but unfortunately the minor attribute is blind and death resistance. I would have preferred enemy armor damage, but this isn't a min-max build, guys. It's kind of just what I'm going with, but this is what I have so far, and it's a work in progress. Moving on to my knee pads. Now, these knee pads are rolled in stamina. The armor roll's pretty good, actually. The major attribute of armor is fairly low. Unfortunately, I've rolled that about 5,000 times, and I can't get it above the 1175. And the minor attribute, again, has got enemy armor damage at 11%. I believe it can go up to 12%, so it's, again, not min-max, but it's not a bad roll whatsoever. Now, moving on to my backpack. I'm rolling 2128 armor base. It's rolled in firearms, and it's got a major attribute of armor 914. Unfortunately, the minor attribute I'd have preferred to see ammo capacity, but I've got bleed resistance, which isn't too bad. And you're probably wondering why I'm not using specialized backpack, but I am going to explain a little bit later exactly why I'm not using that for this build. Moving on to my gloves, I've got Savage. Now, Savage is really important in this build because the critical hit chance that you lose down to 0 because of the set bonus on this one, doesn't apply to Savage, so we are going to get that 7%. I also believe it doesn't apply to the critical hit chance as the major attribute on this particular piece. So again, that'll be at about 12.5%, which is enough. It's got SMG damage and critical hit damage. The armor roll's okay, and the base stamina is actually pretty good, but not too bothered about the stamina. And lastly, probably the weakest part in my build is this holster. The armor roll's not too great. Firearms are low, stamina's low, and electronics are a little bit high, but that's absolutely fine. The piece could be a lot better in my opinion. So moving on to my weapons, guys, I'm running this MP5 ST, which I picked up from the vendor this week. Unfortunately, I actually sold a better one by accident, and I forgot you can buy back because I've never done that, so it's gone now. So I'm running this one. It's got destructive, accurate, and brutal. Now, I had a choice between destructive and responsive. I went for destructive because not only is the percentage value higher at 15%, but this applies to whatever distance you're at. Now, I realise with this build you are going to be close, but this applies to whatever percent. So if I'm using my sniper, then this will apply, whereas responsive, okay, no, that's on a different piece, isn't it? But the point is, I'm not always going to be within 10 meters. So this is actually going to be more effective, in my opinion. And I'll just move on to what I've got as mods. I'll quickly go through these. So magazine size, critical hit chance, rate of fire. On this, I've got critical hit damage, reload speed, and stability for the small grip. The loud vent break, I've got critical hit damage, headshot damage, and critical hit chance. And lastly, I'm using this VX1 scope, which has headshot damage, accuracy, and critical hit chance. Now, the reason why I'm using the MP5 ST is simply for this piece, because I don't believe any of the other submachine guns, oh, I'm sure there are other ones, but the main submachine guns won't allow you to put this VX1 scope on it. So this gives you like really high headshot damage, which is really important in this build. So I've popped it on here. As you can see, I'm running a sniper, and the reason I'm running a sniper here, guys, is simply because when my shield goes down, normally I get behind cover, and then I snipe, and I can do quite a lot of damage with this sniper. I would recommend maybe an LMG as well, to suppress enemies so they don't push forward, but this isn't a bad sniper at all, to be fair. Actually, I'll show you the perks. So I've got brutal, accurate, and competent. You know, it could have been better, but I couldn't roll out accurate for anything else. I couldn't find anything else. And it's not too bad basically on the SOCOM because it does decrease the bloom, so it makes my shots more accurate. If I could shoot, that was. Competence not too bad because I am running pulse on this build. And then let's move on to the mag. I'm running magazine size 110, a critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Grip, I'm using critical hit damage, optimal range, and stability. Suppressor, I'm running headshot damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, so pretty good suppressor there. And lastly, stability, headshot damage, and critical hit chance. Again, I'm only running this because I can't run this VX1 scope because I'm using it on MP5 and I want to find another one. So, there you go, guys. That's my main build. But what I'll do actually is just show you exactly why I'm using particular things. So let's go on to my talents here. So I'm actually running on the move, as I will be on the move most of the time. Kill a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage by 30%. I mean, I don't know if I should use that because with this particular build it might not apply as I'll be behind the shield the majority of the time, but I'm using it as a fail-safe. If my shield goes down and I can shoot an enemy and get behind cover and I need that 30%. I'm using headshot, precision, headshot hostile to post them for 10 seconds, which is really, really good, and I'll explain why in a second. On the one is none, really important this build. You are going to be getting a lot of headshots, so you'll find that a 60 mag in my MP5 will actually be a 90 mag, and you could take down a big heavy NPC in one mag pretty much. And then using critical save, again, just in case my shield goes down and I need to pop a med kit, it gives me that sort of, I know for sure I'll be able to get behind cover before dying and I'll be able to get my shield up again. So this is really important. So let's go on to my shield here, guys. So there's 3 different types of shields. So you've got reactive targeting, equips a stronger, lighter shield that pulses hostiles who shoot at it. Reason I'm not using that is not only do you not need 931,000 health on your shield, but that precision talent gives me this, basically gives me this. If I shoot an enemy, I get a pulse. With this one, you get a pulse if they shoot the shield. It's the same thing. So I don't need that. This one is grants the user a small portion of incoming damage as healing. Don't really need the healing, to be honest, guys, because I'm behind a shield. So, and you only, as you can see, the damage increase is 10%. So don't really need that one. And lastly, this one equips a shield that grants the user's weapon increased damage, knockback, accuracy, and faster reload speed. So for overall DPS and glass cannon, this is perfect. The health on the shield is the lowest at 465. But honestly, guys, I've never had a situation where my shield's gone down completely, like due to NPCs shooting at it. So you don't need any more than this. As you can see, the damage increase is 20%, which is significant. Damage resistance 23.5. And then we got threat increase by 200%. And the cooldown is 29 seconds, as you can see, guys. So pretty quick cooldown. So that's the reason why I'm running that particular ballistic shield. But that's the main video there, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you guys would have done with this build. As I said, this isn't a min-max build, and I am still trying stuff out. For example, sometimes I like to take off this reckless chest, put on this one, and then swap out the knee pads for tack pads, simply to get more rewards from PVE. But if I'm actually just trying to get through content, this is what I run with. Or sometimes I might take out maybe the vest here and put on the gloves. Put on the backpack, but the specialized backpack. But I don't really need the specialized backpack. Yeah, it will make my ballistic shield more durable and that, but I don't need a more durable shield. The shield is good as it is. Oh, sorry guys, I do know what I've missed. I'll just show you my performance mod. So ballistic shield health, so that helps. I've got ballistic shield damage resilience, ballistic shield damage resilience, and then ballistic shield damage resilience. Unfortunately, they're not the highest percentage mods, but they'll do for now. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you again for the 2,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.